Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise and I'm answering a question from Claire. Claire was kind enough to email me all her questions, so there's 4 of them, so I'm going to tackle them one at a time. The first one is, what is the real reason for Kellyanne Conway and George Conway resigning from their positions? They claim it's for family time, as their 15-year-old daughter was creating a TikTok storm all over social media, but is there more to it? So I did a reading on their daughter, I think it's Claudia, quite a while back, so you can find that in my library, but that was just from her perspective. Someone wanted to know if she would be emancipated. So this deck I've shuffled ahead of time. This is ready for George Conway, and to find out why he really left his position with, I think, the Lincoln Project, but I don't know if he had other positions as well. And then this is for Kellyanne, to find out why she left the White House. Okay, so with George. Okay. Let me get these all lined up. I'll draw hers and put them underneath, and we'll see if there's like a coming together or any type of a jiving, in the relationship. So that's George. You can look at those while I'm drawing the other cards. Okay, so now for Kellyanne. Okay. Well, it's okay. Well, I'll just dive into it. Okay, so with George, this was more of a financial reason for him, and I think he was moving towards writing a book. Or maybe he was already writing a book and it was about to be released and be very successful. But he wanted more peace in his life, and he was tired of the minimization of his peace, the having to deal with it. I mean, you know what? I mean, I used to follow him on Twitter, but I hardly ever go on Twitter anymore, just because I don't have the time. So I don't know if he's been tweeting anymore, or if he even left Twitter. That I don't know. You guys will have to tell me. But anyway, he was tired of dealing with all the stress. The mice card has to do with stress. This is a very peaceful, mature card. This is a very successful card, but it reveals peace. So I think the answer for him, because the center card here has to do with navigating towards a more successful and peaceful future, which would mean minimizing stress. So it looks like but he could be also writing a book, but this could also be about some secrets. But this is all about financial success and taking charge. This is a family-oriented card. When you look at, Mama Bear, Papa Bear, like in the cave, taking care of their cubs. Interesting. It's also, in the Lenormand, it's a card for Russia. But just to focus in on their family, which is what the card was all about, why he left. He left because he was tired of the stress and having to keep up with you know, with all the negativity that Kellyanne would be bringing home from the White House. And then he'd have to be commenting on it, putting it out there on the internet. The stars card has to do with the internet. Like if I would have had the stars card and the, or in either order, the stars and the birds, then I would say that's definitely Twitter. But this is the entire internet, so I'm sure it was much, much more than just Twitter. And this is a card of navigation, so he was navigating towards his success and peace. And this is also the mature father card. You know, the mature. So I think he did do it for his children. And he may have been the one that's, you know, got Kelly to do it. Or Kellyanne, I'm sorry. Kellyanne to do it. She did it. Her reasons for doing it. It did have to do with family. And with the bouquet card here, it was surprising. But I think she was tired of the arguments with, you know, at home. Because I think they have, oh, I forget. I looked it up once. I think they have 4 kids, and I can't remember if they're all girls. There might be 1 son and then 3 girls. I forget. But anyway, they were all mad at her. None of them were on her side. You know, can you imagine having your mother work for Donald Trump? My goodness. I mean, wow. So that's what she was dealing with at home. She was tired of the constant fighting, and this was like her token of peace. Like, okay, I'll give you this gift and we'll stop fighting because it's really important to me for the health. And so she chose to go in that direction, that's, you know, to navigate away from the negativity. But then again, what did she do? She goes to you know, the little ceremony in the Rose Garden for Amy Coney Barrett's, and she exposes herself to the coronavirus, and she has it, and so there's that. But this reading wasn't about that. This reading was about, what this has to do with spreading something. This is also spreading information. But, you know, she did choose to go there. So now, this reading wasn't about that, but now there's an important health, and a very important health decision for her to make because of that super spreader event she attended, and many others that she's attended. So that might be, this might be an extra little layer that George is very stressed about that, because now they've got to, I mean, I hope they have her quarantined off in some corner of the house where the kids aren't exposed. But, you know, the way she moved through her life, she exposed them probably on a daily basis. So there's that. But it looks like she did do it to stop the fighting with her kids, because she just couldn't take it anymore. One of them got through to her, and I hope it was Claudia. It might have been Claudia. So, okay, so that's all I have for that question. I'll move on to the other ones as soon as I have time. Okay, thank you, Claire. Bye.